we as human beings, we are creators. That's what we are meant to do in this life and on our planet as we live, right? So we are constantly creating, whether it is creating a family, whether it's creating great jobs, whether it is creating pieces of art, pieces of music, whether it's writing, painting, pottery, gardening, whatever it is. And even if you think that you are not a creative person, please don't believe that, because that's not true. The moment you can put food on a plate, that's already creating something. The moment you can put some flowers in a vase, you're already creating something. It doesn't always necessarily have to be this big gesture. Now, I always talk about the breath as being a way of taking people out of the rut, taking people out of the stagnation, or of this frame of mind when you feel anxious or depressed or whatever it is. But I think that tapping into our creativity is a great way to really make the wheels turn in a different direction. Now, I know that sometimes creativity, and I know this for myself, can be a very, very messy process. It's not always a linear thing. It's not always something great. It's not always something that is going to yield the desired result or the desired outcome. And of course, one of the favorite practices I have is the practice of yoga, which is something that I also do every single day. And now this may not seem like something that's a very creative art, but it actually is, because even though the asanas may be the same, but the way you approach it, the way you move from one to the other is constantly evolving, it's constantly changing. And there is so much of joy in just being the observer to see how I am moving on the mat. And I think this is something that just asking the question how has made a huge difference, has made a difference in how I move through life. So if you are really interested in pursuing this further, there is a book by Julia Cameron, The Artist's Way, where she does talk about making creativity a daily practice. And there are also workbooks. It's a very famous book, right? And many of you may have already heard about this. But that's something that I would highly encourage that you look into. It's an older book. I'm not sure when it was written, but quite a few years ago. And I know that a lot of artists practice this because it really gets you into this habit of questioning, habit of being Oh, and before I forget, do let me know how this resonates. I love to hear from you. So leave a comment, and if you haven't subscribed, then please press that subscribe button so you can get more of my content. Bye bye.